Welcome to the designer commentary for Legates. The goal of this game had initially been to leave only tokens of your color on the board, but players would continuously place tokens in their own color, which made the game last a long time and it was not very interesting. I had wanted spellcasting to be the primary way to win the game, so I made casting spells give you an energy token and changed the goal to collecting 3 energy tokens of the same color. Players were then still placing energy instead of drawing tiles when they couldn't cast a spell. So I made the placing energy action used energy from your reserve, but then it was too weak because the other player would be able to use that energy first, so players didn't like using it, and it would take energy out of your reserves. To resolve this, I made it so spellcasting could be cast using 1 energy from your reserve, but then you couldn't get the energy back, and the rest of the energy would come from a Legate as normal. Initially, a player could only take one action on his turn, which were place energy, place a tile, or cast a spell and replace it. I changed this to 2 actions because placing tiles is not a very good option, since again your opponent would be able to act on it first. I had wanting casting the spell action to take an entire turn though, so I divided out into 2 actions, casting a spell and drawing a card. And since players had the option of fizzling spells before, in order to get a new card, I made discarding a spell card as a separate action, just to simplify things a little bit. But players didn't really like using an action to discard, even if they didn't really have any other good options. So I removed the discard action and allowed players to draw their hand was at the limit as long as they discarded afterwards. Move and rotate had been separate spell effects, but testers said that they were weak, so I combined them together, and I changed the yellow cards, which had been the ones that were rotating previously, so that they would give players information, like the cards that let you look at your opponent's hand and look at the top 3 spell cards and return them to the top of the deck in any order. Cards were not immediately identifiable, so I added icons. And players tended not to see any strategies until after a couple of games, so I added a tip section into the rules. Thank you for watching this designer commentary. If you want more information on Legates, or if you would like to download it, print it out yourself, and play it, it is available at my website, paulswartzwalder.weebly.com. It should be in the description of the video.